For the most realistic steering system available on the market, look no further than Sim Steering from Leo Bodnar. Designed and hand-built at the home of British Motorsport's Silverstone circuit, it's extensively used by professional driver training centres and race teams including Formula 1 since 2010. The high precision and completely linear response coupled with high strength provides the ultimate in realistic steering force feedback. Visit simsteering.com.
What is so important about driving faster than anyone else?
A lot of people go through life doing things badly. Racing's important to men who do it well. When you're racing, it's life. Anything that happens before or after, it's just waiting.
Sim Racers Asia GT Series Round 9 from Suzuka Circuit, ARL-Tv. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Alex Simpson. I'm joined by Brenton O'Brien and Mark Noble. Good evening, fellas. How you doing?
Good, AC. Hopefully you're well too.
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, good to be.
Well, last week out, it was Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Obviously didn't go out live, but there was a post-race broadcast on there, so Mikko Nazi took that victory. But the main story really was DongWoo Gang coming in second place, closing that gap at the top of the championship table to Inho. Just having a quick look at the points as they stand now, just 21 points separate the top two in that championship. So really the fight is on. 3 rounds to go, 20 points left. It's either one of those two's championship, I think. Mikko Nazi has returned this week as well. Obviously been particularly quick in all the previous races he's been in as well, so he's looking like he's going to mix it up with those guys. The fight for third place in the championship as well, with Kevin and Lazuardy there as well, so just a few points separating those guys as well. So I think this championship's got everything still to go for it. These last 3 rounds of the series are going to be extremely exciting.
Yeah, they will be. DongWoo Gang's really closed that gap. Not so long ago it was a bit of daylight between the two, but just the events over the last couple of races, he's just pegged that margin back a bit, put a pressure on Inho Jeon now, and from qualifying and practice here, this does seem to, the roughs seem to go pretty well here compared to McLaren, so who knows what will happen.
Yeah, it's all going to be about the fuel saving that might need to come in to play here. Looking at just a single stop race here according to the statisticians for the McLarens and the roughs. I did have my teeth in when I said that, somehow got it through. But the Ford GT's looking at no stop race as well. Similar sort of lap times for the roughs and the McLarens as usual, but the Ford's just lagging a little bit behind. We saw Mark actually doing a great job in the Ford GT last week, picked up a top 10 finish as well. Looked like he might have even been on for as high as about 5th or 6th at one point as well, but very safe and conservative driver. Let a few of the guys go rather than battling them. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting race. We're not expecting any kind of fuel saving for either cars in the second stint like we've had in previous rounds as well. So it's a straight on blast for the guys up the front this week.
Well, it has made a difference before with the different mapping of the cars, hasn't it? And it's good to see that the GT's up there with Mark. Unfortunately, it appears our number 1 GT driver, Kunkara, is not here tonight, which is a shame. But hopefully with not worrying about fuel saving, the roughs will get right in amongst it.
Yeah, Kunkara missed out last week as well. Seems to be taking a little bit of a break. Just having a quick look at the national championships as well. Obviously, we know from previous weeks, Korea absolutely smashing it out there on 282 points at the moment. Malaysia in second place with 422. We've got Indonesia, Taipei, I think that is, in third place with 359 points. Singapore 282. So top 4, quite a big gap actually separating them. So need some good results from Singapore if they're going to try and catch back up. And I think pretty much it's going to be status quo throughout the rest of this season by the looks of the numbers and people that are turning up as well each week now.
Yeah, I'm sure you meant Indonesia and Thailand and
That's
Philippines.
Oh, is that what it is? I'm sorry, it's all abbreviated. I'll get my jacket.
Yeah, they're in third place. Yeah, about 70 odd points, 77 points ahead of Singapore. Be fantastic to have some more Australian representatives, Nobby, back there in 6th or 7th place with 163. That's probably the closest battle between Greater China and Australia, but not a great Australian representation tonight.
Yeah, the championship is open to everybody as well. You know, there's an international class as well, so you know, if the Europeans fancy getting involved in it, it's sort of like a midday-ish race for us. So I'm surprised not more people are joining it actually. But yeah.
Well, it's been a good steady series. There's been good numbers every week. It's very well run by Mark. He does an exceptional job, as we know. It would be good to get some more numbers up there. At the start of the series, we're having upward of 40 cars, from what I remember. But I guess as any season goes on, the numbers start to wane. But still, the battle for the top hasn't changed. It's still the first and second battling away. And in qualifying so far, Miko Nasi with a 159.2 has a 0.3 second of our championship leader, Inho Jeon, with a 159.584. And the championship second place, DongWoo Gang 2, has a 159.584, so identical times between our championship rivals.
Already looking like we're going to have a bit of a cracker on our hands today. Suzuka always does play for good racing as well, good couple of overtaking opportunities in the GT cars. Mark, you've done a few races here this week, obviously. Official series is also at Suzuka. What have we got to look out for today? Where are the tricky spots in these cars, and where's the overtaking opportunities?
Turn 1's a good overtaking opportunity there if you get the draft. The other main one would be up into the last chicane. And maybe up into the hairpin there. It's probably about the 3 best spots.
Just having a quick look at the track guide. Sorry there, Mark. The weather conditions out there, just a little bit of cloud cover there. Wind speed 14 kilometers an hour, so it's pretty gusty out there today. Quite a humid day too. Track temperature up at sort of 38 degrees. Air temperature 23 degrees. I mean, I know in the past the rough used to suffer with perhaps overheating the engines and blowing up, and I think it can still happen. Is that something the guys are going to have to be careful of today? It looks like it's quite hot and humid.
No, I believe they've the last little build they did fix the overheating in the rough, so they should be pretty fine.
Nobby, at 130R, are these cars going flat? Like, I haven't driven them, you're the expert with them. Do they take 130R flat, do they?
Not quite. You're pretty brave if you want to, but
So,
maybe it
so
touched it.
neither
A slight little
the
lift.
McLarens or the Roughs, so neither car can do it. Because I think at Spa-Francorchamps, I think at Eau Rouge, I think there was a distinct advantage for the Roughs going through Eau Rouge, from what I remember.
Yeah, different type of corner though, but I'm pretty sure they'll be. I haven't tried the McLaren, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty similar through there. It's only like a little slight lift, that's it.
Interesting to watch the making of the BMW GT3 car video that was released by iRacing this past week. How much detail goes in, and you know, what kind of challenges it is to try and match these cars, and you know, studying the telemetry data and trying to get them as close as possible. Not always easy to do.
Someone was telling me they had 26 microphones just to capture the sound over it, which is fairly significant. Puts in a big effort, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great car, and it's going to be a great addition to this series as well. You know, if we return for another season in season 2 2014, I think it will be a great little addition to the grid.
I actually can't wait for it, mate.
Well, hopefully it won't spell the end of the Ford GT, but the GT has been reasonably uncompetitive compared to with lap times. I know they save fuel a bit better, but if it all balances out with the BMW, then that's going to be a great acquisition to this series, having the 3 cars going straight at it.
Perhaps we're only a couple of seasons away from driver swaps as well, and then we'll have some serious GT championships on our hands. I feel a lot of team involvement there, so it's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they work that. Yeah, looking forward to it. If and when that happens, the GT series will just take off. It'll probably be the #1 series, I would imagine.
I get the distinct feeling you're going to be right there. So, especially if they can get some sort of official sanctioning like they're trying to sort out. So I know there's some. I think they're perhaps in talks with Tudor at the moment and trying to get some sort of affiliation like they've got with NASCAR. So I dare say if they get that, we could well be seeing some sort of major shuffle around with the iRacing Championships.
We'll just add that little bit extra, and you can just imagine they'll be jumping over each other to be the first one to have an Enduro series. Oh, you never know, the GT Asian series might go that way. I'm sure, Mark, something you can think about.
Yeah, or even if, you know, as just thinking out loud really, do you know what I mean, even if we just do a couple of double the race length distance and you have a team, and you know, you have your pit stop or do that, it's not a particularly long race still, keeps it quite short, and you know, drivers can just jump in and enjoy.
Yeah, well, it's something that, well, I don't do the GT races, but it'd be something certainly worth looking into, that's for sure. I reckon Nobby would be in their hands and feet.
Oh yeah, I'll get Jonesy as my teammate, mate.
We've got just a little over, well, just a little under, sorry, 2 minutes left of qualifying to go. Just take a very quick look at the provisional grid order. Mikko Nazi pretty much putting in a similar performance to what he did at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps and getting that pole position. Looks very fast out there. Inho in second place, DongWoo Gang in third. DongWoo just a little bit further behind, so he's gonna hopefully can just put the pressure on his championship rival in this last stint. Huang in fourth place, and Gafford rounds out your top 5 provisionally.
Well, DongWoo is just about to finish a quick lap now, and with well, exactly 1 minute to go, he will get this lap and another one in. But this is a 1:59.324, puts him up to second place, so that's going to put a bit of pressure on Inho, and DongWoo's probably going to back off, I'd imagine. Yep, so it's over to Inho now. Which I don't think Inho's out in the track.
Yeah, he's probably seen that and realised he's not going to get round now, so he's going to have to take third place.
Well, just starting a quick lap is Yang Wong car 16 in the rough. Actually had a sensational time in practice, a 1:59.290, but it has not come real close to copying. That is in 4th place, so it's a respectable effort, no doubt. 1:49.677, but there is a little bit left out there if he can just nail this lap.
Yeah, just coming through the S's now. Up, approaching Dunlop curve, always tricky car, fights you round there. Sometimes it can step out, sometimes it can understeer, very, very tricky. Coming into Degner 1 now, just a couple of downshifts, shove it in that corner. Hits the curb heavily on the inside. Degner 2, always very, very tricky. A little bit bumpy, you have to be careful on the inside there. Gets a good exit out of that into what will be the hairpin corner. Heavy braking down through the gearbox. Get your car straightened up, get on the gas as hard as you can. Through this fast sweeping right hand corner, you can see the MotoGP chicane occasionally gets run. Coming into Spoon Curve, beautiful corner, off camber, very makes it tricky. Don't want to get over those curbs too much, can just sort of rotate the car around. But looked like a great line from Huang there, good exit as well, up through there. Approaching 130R now, just been told that it's just a little bit of a lift going into this corner. You can just hear him there, just lifting through it, great line, clips the curb on the inside, runs it out wide, so braking hard into Casio Triangle chicane, clips both apexes beautifully there, great exit as well, so this could be a very good lap. No, he's pulled
let
up.
it go. He's let it go.
Obviously not going to be an improvement, so just brings it to a stationary stop. There we go. Look good, but you just never can tell unless you're in the car.
Yeah, looked like a great lap.
Be fantastic if we could get some live timing and sector times for qualifying available next season. That would just add so much more. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, that's something perhaps that we can work on. Have a little look in the technology store. I know there are some live timing applications out there, so I'll give that a little bit of investigation. See if we can't get that added into our sort of website, and perhaps link it into the Simulations Leisure site as well. If Mark will have us back. Right, just let's quickly run through the grid order then while the guys are just taken to the grid. Mikko Nazi does indeed take that pole. DongWoo Gang improves, as we said, so 2nd place for him. Inho 3rd, so all exciting for the championship. Huang does get a 4th position. Gafford in 5th. Lazuardy, who will be starting from the pits this week, did get a time that would have put him in 6th, and Charles also joins him in the pit lane. I think actually Kevin as well is going to be joining, so there's going to be a big gap on the grid there. Marcus Huang in 9th, Lenderman in 10th position, Peo in 11th, Min Park in 12th, Yong Hei U in 13th, Bitnam Choi in 14th, John Anthony in 15th, just about squeezes on the overlay there. Pachinder in 16th, Mohammed Noor in 17th, Jong Yu Sup in 18th, Jin Park in 19th, Mark Lang in 20th, DK Lee 21st, Maluna, is that a returning name? We haven't seen him for a little while, I'm not sure it's the original. 22nd, so a few new faces as well, just at this late stage, great to see. Yong in 23rd, Wu Jim Kwon in 24th, Don Bin Sik in 25th, Max Ching 26th, didn't set a time, and neither did Isaac Kim in 27th.
Well, it is the same Maluna in 6th place in the championship, only 5 points behind Kunkara, who's not here, so but only 3 points ahead of Gafford, who is here, and Mikko Nasi's right up there, hammer as well. So it's good to have Maluna back. It's been a while, so it's what's he done? Just the 4 races out of 8, so that's good. It's good to have him all back.
Yeah, it definitely looked like somebody who was going to be quick throughout this championship. Lights are coming on, and we're racing here. Round 9, Suzuka. Great start from Mikko, feels the need to defend the line, almost pushes DongWoo Gang into the grass. Inho just watching to see what's going on here, but as they were, managed to survive that first corner. Always tricky. Let's have a look in the background, see if everybody gets through turn 1. Looks pretty good so far, nice and clean. It's going to be a huge gap for the people that are having to start in the pit lane. You can see them just exiting now in the background, so they've got a massive way to catch up. But good start, perfectly for what we wanted so far. Actually, DongWoo looks a little bit racy. Looks like he wants to try and get past Miko if he can in this early stage.
Yeah, fantastic start, boy. Well, nice and clean, and DongWoo does look racy, doesn't he? But he's Miko Nasi's no mug in the lead. He's shown to us all that if he's in the lead, he does lead a race well and can go on and win the race. But it's a fantastic start. We forgot to ask AC, who would you pick for the race?
I don't know. I mean, if I was going to do a top 3, as boring as it may sound, I think it's going to end up how it is now. I mean, that's how I would like to see it for the championship anyway. Just to keep it spiced up, but I don't know. Without the roughs having to do that fuel saving stint, I think DongWoo might have a little bit of advantage. Mark said himself, you know, the roughs perhaps had just a little bit of an advantage over the MP4s this week as well. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking Miko will probably take the victory, but DongWoo in second.
Well, 4 of the top 5 at the moment are the roughs, and our second McLaren is getting pressured. Very much so by Marcus Huang in the next rough, so yeah, the roughs do seem to have it here, don't they?
Yeah, Inho got a great exit out of the Casio Triangle chicane there onto the main straight. I think DongWoo's got quite a lot of straight line speed in that car as well. If you just look in the draft, seems to be pulling away just a little bit from Inho. Let's have a little look further back, see what other action we've got going on. Got Mohammed here. I think that's coming under pressure as the camera jumps back to DongWoo. Yeah, these front 4 pulling away rather quickly.
Well, really, Inho's just really got to keep his eye on the championship here, doesn't he? There's only 3 points difference between second and third. If he just keeps his eye on where DongWoo Gang is, yeah, the championship's got to be the main priority here. Career, as we know, have won the team championship. They're not going to be caught. Inho's really going to be chasing some individual glory. Keeps it smart, he can drop to 4th even. Championship will be his if he just maintains steady pressure each race.
Yeah, just having a look at this battle further back. Mohammed, DK Lee and DongWoo Gang. So we've got some of the guys as well.
Had a bit of an incident. He's registered in the back of Marcus Huang, unfortunately. Min's got some bad damage here. He's limping around. Just outbraked himself going into the hairpin. He's got it up to speed now.
Yeah, very easily done. Still these front 4, very racy. I'm just trying to I mean, obviously, I don't remember if we've seen Yaron Wong before.
I'm starting to think that we might have seen him a couple of races ago, but I'm not sure he lasted long. He's actually done the 4 races, and he's 17th in the championship, so he's either had trouble finishing the races or he just has had a massive improvement, but it's just great to see him up there.
Yeah, we had a fantastic battle early days last week at Spa as well. The slipstream on that circuit is immense. Makes such a difference, and actually Miko's starting to break away from these guys. It's going to put a lot of pressure on DongWoo if he's having to defend from Inho, but fortunately there Wong is there to put the pressure on Inho, give him something to think about. So they look into Degna 1, very, very close.
Well, Inho's going to be a bit nervous there, isn't he, with Yaron right behind him, racing aggressively. As I said, he's got a championship to worry about. Yaron doesn't have that problem. I'm sure he would like to have that problem, but he doesn't.
Just having a look at the guys that started from the pit lane, it looks like Lazuardy's leading the way of them, working his way back up to 15th spot already, so nice start for him. Obviously him and Kevin particularly close in the championship, so we'll see how that goes. I must have been wrong about Kevin starting from the pits. He's in 6th place. Thought I saw him on the list of people starting there, so apologies for that. Down the back straight now, 130R. Inho gets the move done on DongWoo. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Just as he was coming under a little bit of pressure from Huang.
Yeah, great move by Inho, but let's just see if he can maintain that now and see if he can stretch it out. I'm sure DongWoo's not just going to let that lie down.
Yeah, bad lap for DongWoo there. So nearly 2 seconds slower than what he has done, so...
Yeah, I can't see where he's made a mistake too. I've just gone back, yeah, I don't know where he's made a mistake, but just good drive out by Inho, who's got him clean. Miko Nasi's 1:59.493. That's quicker than the qualifying laps of DongWoo. Actually, no, DongWoo did a 59.3, but that's substantially quicker than the others at the moment. DongWoo Gang really is under pressure here from Yaran, so. DongWoo's got a championship to think about as well. He doesn't want to be letting it go.
Just lost the pictures there momentarily, but we were still transmitting, so sorry about that.
Yeah, it's a great battle for third here, and Yaran's got a good run here up to 130R down the back straight. And through.
Yeah, certainly all of a sudden the pace seems to have dropped off, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there for DongWoo. I don't see any damage on the car.
No, I'm just thinking it might be just the way his car's set up or something. I was just having a look there, he just seemed to have a lot of understeer in that car and doesn't quite get as clean. And again, a bit of understeer through that corner. He just doesn't have a great drive out. Just wondering whether... what are the tyres like here, Nobby? Do they go off pretty quick or are they pretty good?
Nah, mate, tyres will last this race quite easily.
Yeah, perhaps just struggling to hit his marks out there. You make a little mistake, put some pressure on yourself, and you try and drive that little bit harder, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. That just needs to reset, you know, and just focus on hitting his marks and pushing back on. Guys are still all in reach at this point.
Yeah, they are. Well, his last two lap times they were 2:01.9 and then 2:02.9. Yeah, he's been past both laps, but it's well off the pace that he was setting in practice and qualifying.
Let's just check in a bit further back, see what else is going on. Looks like Charles is putting a fair bit of pressure on Lazuardy here. These guys coming through from pit lane starts as well. See, Charles last week, he had potentially what was going to be a fantastic race. He was mixing it right up with the leaders. And then of course with the back marker, I'm trying to remember who it was, I can't remember the name of the driver unfortunately, but yeah, he got forced out wide through Blanchimont. Car picked up massive amounts of damage, and then again through Pouon as well, so he had some terrible luck out there. Could have been a top 5 finish easy for him.
Well, it was the same with Charles at Interlagos as well for him. He was right up there battling for the leaders in probably the first stint, and then after the pit stop just really dropped away. So, you know, whether it's a concentration thing or whether he has damage to his car, obviously unlucky last week, but he's showing some real pace here again, starting from pit row up into 12th place.
Seems like there's a bit of a tussle going on around John Anthony here. Isaac Kim, DK Lee as well. Good little battle here.
Well, Isaac Kim didn't put in a qualifying time, so he's done well to get to 16th, running in the mid 203, so a bit off the leader's pace, but putting in some consistent laps, so he's plugging away up to 16th place.
Yeah, John Anthony jumps into the pits. That seems quite early to me. Just having a quick look now. DongWoo as well, down to 8 seconds behind as well, dropping back rather fast. Half a second slower that time as well. So yeah, I'm not sure quite what's going on there. I mean, as far as we know, the roughs can't make it on fuel.
No, they're anticipating a pit stop around lap 11-12 for the roughs and lap 12 or 13 for the MP4, and as usual the GT doesn't need to stop.
Yeah, John Anthony didn't put his race fuel in at the start. He had his qualifying fuel.
Oh.
He's just typed that up there. Well, that's we've all done that mistake.
Too easy.
Yep.
Nothing worse than when you sat on the grid knowing that you've only got 4 laps of fuel.
Yeah, not good.
I'm thinking there must have been something happened to our GT as well. His last few laps have been way off the pace. Lap 4 a 2:13.7, lap 5 a 2:18.3, so obviously he's made some mistakes somewhere along the line. He's down to 23rd place. Is our host, Mark Lang.
Yeah, I actually just missed off camera. Let's see if we can pick that back up. Charles has put a move on Lazuardy. Have a quick look, see if we can catch that. So the move's already been done. And still, must have happened just after we swapped looking at the battles actually. Wow, it was. I will get to it. Sorry about this, guys. Just a quick jumping up the replays.
It's in the just before the S's on lap 6 is where he's taken him. Just out of turn 1. Just had a good inside ride and a good drive out front. He just went a smidgen wide and onto the curb. Sorry. Very aggressive by Charles there to take that spot.
I'll see if we can catch that at the end of the race.
And already putting pressure on our 10th place, Wong Kwong in the McLaren, so Charles is putting a good effort here.
Not also sure, I wonder if you can just go back and quickly check. Inho, down to 5th place.
Oh, I'll jump on and have a look, hang on.
Let's see if I can't find that.
I'd say it must have only just happened on this lap 7. I don't know. Keep looking.
Yeah, it looks like he's had an off track somewhere around here. I'm wondering if that's it. Let's just have a quick look. See. Yeah, just seen the aftermath of it now. Just coming out of turn 1.
Oh, he's actually lost it completely. He's got it all the way around. And very lucky not to hit the wall. Oh, it's a fairly good save, but that's a type of thing that ruins championships. Back up to 4th now, so really, championship-wise, he's just lost the 1 position to DongWoo Gang. So he's, he's still in a strong position championship-wise, but gee, you don't want to have those type of mistakes.
Yeah, car looks alright afterwards, so like you say, very lucky there.
But what this does is put Kevin Huang, who's unheralded really, up into a very secure 2nd place. He's showing some genuine pace. He's he's 7.5 seconds off the lead, but he is still pulling away from DongWoo Gang. So yeah, it's great to have the new names up there. It really stirs it up amongst the leaders.
Miko Nazi pits as well from the lead.
Well, that seems a little bit early from our understanding. They're expecting lap 11 or 12, but he'd know more than what we do.
Yeah, that sort of rate, surely he's looking at a 2-stop strategy. Maybe this is why DongWoo's just going a little bit steadier, trying to make sure he does just do it on a single stop.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the fuel saving races. You can get some good results sometimes if you stay patient, apparently.
I'm not sure who would know that, eh, Brenton?
Yeah.
Our own Brenton O'Brien picking up podium finish. V8 supercar race this morning. Oh, I think that's is that Lazuardy sideways through turn 1. Collects it. I think he lost a place though, down into 11th.
Yeah, that was right in front of Miko Nazi. This is not what Miko... Oh, now he's gone through the S's, Lazuardy, so it's a bit scrappy there, letting Miko through, but Miko does not want to be held up in traffic here on 2-stop strategy. If we think he is on 2-stop strategy, he's going to need to get some strong lap times in there. I can't see the 2-stop strategy working if the rest are on 1-stop.
No, not at all. I'd be surprised. I think he'd just go long on this 2nd stint. Perhaps want to get in early. Maybe this is why he was just a bit lighter that 1st stint, so he could perhaps try and break the slipstream. It does always cause this problem though. He's going to come out in traffic and cars all over the place. In front of him, they certainly want to give him something to think about, don't they?
I reckon his whole pacemaker would be going a bit crazy right now. The last 2 MP4s he's passed have kept it interesting for him. He's got through clearly and safe, but not even again now with Charles locking up in front of him. It's just, he's having interesting times.
It's good to just a very quick shot there of Maluna back, and now that I see the skin, definitely easy to sell. He has returned. Be a driver that probably could have had a top 3 position in the championship. I just think back to that race at Road Atlanta. He had it in the bag there as well. Looked like a certain victory.
Yeah, he's put in some strong results. He's had 3 top 5s for the season out of his 4 races, so he's definitely shown the pace, hasn't he? Just obviously with real life commitments hasn't been able to commit every race of the season, but he's still in 6th place in the championship. Gafor's right behind him in 7th. So, but by the end of this race, you would imagine he would have passed Kunkuro, who's not here. So he'll be in the top 5, which is a great effort considering the amount of races he's done.
It's great to see everybody letting Miko go. I mean, they know they're not racing him, but they are effectively fighting for position. And they've got every right to defend if they want to, but most drivers just feeling that there's no point, just letting the former leader go through. So he has a quick little look going into Degner 1.
Yeah, I wonder how many of those are his fellow countrymen for the team's title here. It'd be great to have some flags on some skins, boys. Make it easier for us. I know he's from Finland, but I think he's representing Singapore, is he?
I think it's Singapore, yeah.
Yeah, Charles led him through quite easily through the S's there a while back, so.
And Charles is representing Singapore, so that's good teamwork there.
Yeah, you're not making it so easy, but has gone through. Charles trying to get the run on him as well. Looks like he might be able to pick up the place. Time that perfectly. Straight drag down this back straight towards 130R. Lazuardy in the background waiting to pounce. Oh! I thought for a minute he might just run into the back of him as he lifted to let Charles go through. Great little battle these three guys have had pretty much all race. I think Lazuardy could get a run here up to 12.
Yep.
Ducks to the inside.
Sorry, I see our leader is actually in the pits at the moment as well. He's just coming out of the pits now. Yaron Wong picked from the lead. Be interesting to see where he comes out in comparison with Miko.
Yeah, Lazuardy does take that spot there as well, so finds himself in 9th position. Obviously a lot of guys yet to pit.
Yeah, Miko's lead over Yaron is substantial now. Miko's the early stops obviously paid off substantially. I don't have a time as yet, but it's I think when he came in it was 7.5 seconds. It looks a lot more than that now.
Got some dust up around Dunlop Curve as well. I'm not sure who perhaps took a little trip to the kitty litter, but looks like they managed to survive. Kevin Huang and Marcus Huang, sorry, 4th and 5th. Sorry, Brendan, just to
yeah, it'd be interesting to see if the traffic's as nice with Yaron letting them through as they were with Miko. There's been a slight hold up with Yaron with Wong and Kwon. Not bad, like Kwon did the best he could to get out of the way, but he's just going to be dropping more time.
Yeah, just catching on some battles elsewhere. I mentioned earlier about Kevin. He's not too far behind Gafford, 1.2 seconds. Gafford comes into the pits. So Kevin continues. Seems like the McLarens definitely have got the fuel advantage here. Maybe get that 1 or 2 extra laps. Talked about DongWoo being a bit slower earlier on. He's still out there as well in that rough, so you can obviously eke it out.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether he's Nobby, you'd probably know more about it than I would, whether the roughs do have to change their mapping, because he's substantially longer than Miko, for example. And the times are slower, but I wonder whether he can change his mapping once he comes out of the pits.
What fuel percentage are they running here, boys? I forgot to have a look.
100, I think.
Yeah, I haven't given any restriction figures, unfortunately, so we're not really sure on that.
Well, what is it? 25 laps, 30 minutes. You should. Oh, hang on, 25 laps.
Oh, Lazuardy up the inside of Mark there, gets it all wrong. Mark was giving him plenty of room. Cost himself a little bit of time, didn't need that with Gafford obviously just having his pit. Keep an eye on that, it's probably cost him maybe 1-2 seconds there. The championship leaders are pretty much out front at the moment, but let's just see how this is going to pan out. Just say Miko already up to 6th place, only 24 seconds behind the lead. I think pit stop time is around about 39 seconds here. So Inho in.
Yeah. And I'm thinking Miko Nasi's must have made a mistake as well, because all of a sudden Yaron Wong, who was substantially behind Miko, was 10 seconds behind him. All of a sudden they're nose to tail coming into the last chicane.
Yeah, not sure what's gone on there. And actually looking at it, he's behind Lazuardy and Charles again as well, so we know that he'd already got past them, so like you say, he must have made a mistake somewhere. It's going to cost him. Inho in the pits has he's still come out in front of well, come out behind Miko, so all that hard work Miko had done after the initial pit stop to build that gap up, just wiped out.
And it's interesting that DongWoo Gang is still out there on lap 13. We expected the roughs to be pitting, you know, over the last 2 laps. So playing out a fuel strategy, it might work for him. The lap time is significantly down what it was in practice and in qualifying, but he's obviously got a tactic and he's sticking to it.
Yeah, I mean he's the quickest guy out there at the moment as well. So while he's out there, he's building that lead up. I say that Wang puts in a 1 minute 59 lap that last time by, so he's really got the bit between his teeth, as you can see Miko in front of him.
I'm not sure if I heard DongWoo's car splutter then. I'm going to think he's coming in for a pit stop because, yep, I'm pretty sure it is. He's running out of fuel. Yep. There he comes.
Yeah, perhaps just a little bit close there. See how much time that lost him. Needs to make it to his pit box as well. Nothing worse than you run out of fuel coming down coasting and you break a bit short.
He's empty. He's got no power coming in.
Let's have a look where Miko is now, coming round the final corner onto the straight, so he's going to get the job done easy. I guess the real question is, where is Inho? Here he is exiting Casio Triangle now. And Wall's just leaving. It's going to be extremely close, but I think Inho's going to get the jump on him. That one extra lap did not pay off at all. He's probably lost 5 or 6 seconds there, having to coast in.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of time there, hasn't he? And we know made a mistake previously to let DongWoo back through, but well, confident DongWoo's going to make it on fuel now, but that's up to lap 14. My biggest fear is going to be with Miko. If DongWoo can only do the 13 laps, Miko will not be able to do it on a one stop.
Roughly, boys, they are on 45 litres restricted. They're roughly going to need about between 87 and 90 litres.
Well, if that's the case, like Miko stopped on lap 8. We just saw that DongWoo could only get to lap 13 or end of lap 13. Miko will need to pit again.
Yeah, that's going to spice it up. We know DongWoo can make it on distance, so it might pay off that slow lap if the guys have to pit in again. I think, I was just thinking, did Inho made it to 13 as well? Inho might be able to make it as well on that McLaren. It's going to be close, but he might be able to.
Puts pressure on Kevin Huang as well. He pitted on lap 11 as it just goes into the last chicane. So you can't see him making it either. He's going to have to really tighten down and save a lap, and I can't see him doing it at this pace he's raining now.
Yeah, those guys are extremely close together as well. What's important for Wang though is that he tries to stay as close to Miko as possible, save a fair bit of fuel in the draft, and try and make any sort of moves, just sort of keeping that air, and you could probably save 0.1, maybe 0.2 of a litre each lap that way.
Well, you'd have to say at the moment it's advantage Inho Jeon, isn't it? That's why he's our championship lead. He's coming at the same time. His pit strategy seems to be, at the moment, working out well. He's got his nose in front of DongWoo, which is exactly where he needs to be. It's just a matter of what lap times he can punch out compared to Miko and Yaron.
Looks like, let's have a look, see what's going on back here. Kevin having a bit of a battle. with Gafford, sorry, just waiting for the timings to update themselves.
Yeah, we must have had a mistake from Maluna somewhere as well. He's down to 22nd, which is nowhere near what he was to start with. Doesn't look like his lap time was that slow. 2:42. I'm thinking he's obviously in the pits that lap.
Yeah, 2 stops as well so far. So yeah, something must have happened, forced him in for a second stop. Yeah, it looks like Kevin gained 2 spots since he started the race as well. We talk about Kevin Huang being a very consistent driver, always seem to finish in and around the top 5, 6 at the moment. Looks like he's might be on for a top 5 again if he can get past Gafford here, but always seems to be a driver that picks up places from his qualifying position.
Yeah, third in the championship, started 8th in qualifying, and this is why he's third in championship. Just knocks out consistent results time and time again. I'm just thinking he'll make it on fuel as well. So he pitted on lap 14, so he'll definitely make it on fuel.
Yeah, well, DongWoo just got past Inho in the turn 1.
Yeah, I dare say Inho's probably having to do a lot of fuel saving if he's going to make it as well. He's probably looked and seen that DongWoo's going to do it on fuel now. We wondered why he was taking it easy in the early stages of this race. It's all starting to make sense. This is if we've got our figures right anyway.
Well, you would think DongWoo wouldn't do it without a reason, would he? He literally ran out of petrol and he had no power at all up pit lane. You wouldn't want to do that unless you've got a strategy.
Yes, I don't. You never believe my figures, mate.
As long as you've got all your fingers knobby to do the counting, mate.
I only need one, I've got a calculator.
It looks like even Mark in the Ford has decided he needs a pit stop as well, so perhaps the fuel burn figures just a little bit higher than they anticipated. I said it before, I'll say it again, I do love a livery on his Ford GT.
Matthew Nethercott skin. Matthew, local Australian skin maker, does a fantastic job and actually has a rough with the same skin available for, I think you can find it in the hardware in the forum section, so if someone wants to jump on board and grab that skin, it looks magnificent.
Just checking back in with Kevin, still putting the pressure on Gafford here, but not quite getting close enough to actually get a move done. Inho falling back a little bit from Wong as well. Sorry, from DongWoo.
Well, you'd have to think it's all to do with fuel, doesn't it? Like his last lap of 2:01.3, it's significantly off the 159s that he was able to do in practice and in qualifying. Obviously full of tank. Oh, his mark's gone a bit wide there. He's obviously in fuel saving mode, but doesn't mean he won't be able to save a bit now and peg it back later on.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the rate that Miko and Wong are pulling away, so 20 odd seconds clear of DongWoo and Inho, so it really does look like a split strategy between these two groups now. So let's see how that's going to play out. 9 laps to go. They're going to struggle to make up the time they need. This is probably why the championship guys have gone for this strategy, because it probably will win out, but we might be surprised, who knows.
Well, we could be surprised, because 37 seconds for a pit stop for to fill the tank back up. Well, these guys this time, they're not going to need 37 seconds worth of fuel. They'll only need probably, the 4 or 5 tops. So it's going to be short fueled. So they won't need 27 seconds. Sorry, 37 seconds.
Yeah, gaps up to 21.6 as they cross the line. They're still pulling away at about 1 to 1.4 seconds a lap as well. So yeah, that's crazy pace. So you know there's definitely something going on there with the strategies. Qualifying times, you know, less than half a second covered. Top 5 cars.
Well, Mikko's just done a 1:59.8. Yaren's done a 1:59.4, fastest lap for him. Yeah, they are faster than.
Oh, spin up.
Mikko's had a spinner in front of him. Young Park from 16th.
Something to make you think, innit? When that happens.
Mikko's had a rough run, hasn't he? He's just everyone's probably trying so hard to get out of his way that they're getting early on the throttle and just losing it in front of him.
No pun intended there, no? But yeah, it does look like Wong's just able to stay close enough to stay in that draft as well, so he might eke another lap's worth of fuel out of here, or certainly will save enough that he's not got to put quite as much in the pit stop as well. So
yeah, he's just been blocked pretty badly.
Nico into the pits. So
yep.
2-stopper, we did call that one right. Wong continues.
Yeah, he's just put a flat 2-minute, but he got held up badly in that last chicane. But the battle really is where does Mikko come out?
Yeah, just having a quick look, jump the camera over to DongWoo. He's coming around the final corner now. Mikko's not even reached his box as far as I can tell. He's just in there now. So
DongWoo driving fast.
It's going to be a short stop, but it's not short enough. Inho going through as well. 11.4 seconds, so it was very short, but yeah, damage is done. He's going to have to absolutely drive flat out. He had perhaps enough time to take some fresh tyres there, so he could be extremely fast in this last stint.
Yeah, but gee, there's only 6 laps to go, and we know that DongWoo's going to make it with that extra strategy of coming in completely dry. As we said, it's not really worth the risk unless there's heavy payday to come out of it. It looks like it's paying off so far.
I just think back to the start of the race. I already touched on it. You know, we're wondering why he was slow and steady. You know, he had that strategy played out. He knew what he needed to do. He might have wanted a fight, but he knew that he needed to hit his fuel figures to make it that extra lap. Did that so well. He's still here fighting.
Oh, I give it at about 11 seconds, the gap between DongWoo and Mikko, so gee, you can't see him picking that up over the last few laps. DongWoo's time's 2:05. That's very respectable now. Now that he's got his fuel problems out of the way, he's putting his head down and putting in some very good times.
Yeah, Inho on the other hand could well have some company these last couple of laps. So just a little bit slower.
Well, he's 2 seconds off DongWoo's time, isn't he? And this is a championship changer, this. If DongWoo goes on to win and Inho's just sitting there at the moment, I'll be interested to see his lap time here, but there is potential for DongWoo to lose, for Inho to lose 1, maybe 2 positions.
Yeah, it's all about where Wong's going to come out as well. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he can't make it. I mean, he did go quite a bit longer than Mikko.
Yeah, Wong pitted on lap 11, so he can hang in there probably another 2 laps, I'd say. 1 or 2 laps. He's on lap 20 now, so he can really short fuel, and he won't worry about tyres. He'll just get in short fuel and get out.
Yeah, a little splash and dash. Won't have to worry about getting those tyres up to temp.
What a fantastic job by Yaren too. As we said, we haven't seen much of him this series, and it's great to have him here. And here he is leading the race. I've got to admit, I wouldn't have expected at the start of this race, but he's done extremely well. Hopefully his strategy works out well for him. The race really, is really whether Inho can hang on to second.
Just having a little look further back. Bingham Choke having a bit of a battle with Park here. Looks like he's got a good run coming out of Spoon Curve. Better get the move done. I'm sure he's going to get there before 130R. Looks to be just a little bit short on straight line speed. Perhaps get the opportunity.
Wong's in.
Keep an eye on that in a sec. No, doesn't manage to get the move done into the chicane. Park goes a little bit deep, gets a little bit squirrely coming out of the chicane as well, so gives Bingham a chance to have a run down into turn 1. I would think Wong's is going to be, we're going to see him in the pit lane. Yeah, he is just pulling up. Bingham does make the move down into turn 1, great pass. Let's just jump on board with DongWoo. Looks like he's going to jump up into the lead like we thought. Wong is going to exit right by Miko, doesn't quite get him jumped, close. If anything, perhaps lost a second, I would say, in the pits there.
Yeah, probably lost a bit. And I think a lot of that would have been down to that last chicane when Miko was coming into the pits. Jaron really did get badly held up. That would be the difference there, I would say.
Yeah, those guys then got their work cut out for them. Stationary quite a long time, 10.4. I didn't look to see if he was jacked up or not.
Well, significantly here, Inho has put in a lap faster than our leader DongWoo Gang by 0.6, so maybe Inho's just used his strategy, came out of the pits, saved a bit of fuel, and now has the whip between his teeth.
Yeah, he perhaps just needed to, you know, again, drive into the fuel figures. Now he's got them into a reasonable shape. Knows that he can just push on. We know how close DongWoo was on that last stint, obviously literally spluttering into the pit box. Not got long left at all. They come across the line, we'll just have 4 remaining laps.
Miko Nasi's flying with the 159.5 that last lap, but he's just going to run out of race, I'm afraid. Two-stop strategy, it's not through lack of trying, but I don't think it's going to work for him.
Yeah, had he not had that instant that he had about halfway through,
onto the grass,
it might have been a completely different ball game. I mean, he's 8.3 seconds behind. I dare say he probably lost about 8 seconds with that mistake.
Yeah, but Inho's made a mistake as well early at the end of the turn 1, and DongWoo, well, you could probably call it a mistake by running out of fuel. That's cost him quite a bit too. So it hasn't been totally. Oh, there's a lot of smoke in front of DongWoo there. I wonder who's caused that.
Yeah, I definitely can see the gap coming down quite dramatically between Inho and DongWoo here. So another 0.4 of a second that last time.
Yeah, but if he gets into his draft, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? What's the draft like in these things, Nobby? It's fairly significant, is it?
Yeah, mate, it's big time. If you can tag anywhere near the draft on these long straights, he'll pick it up pretty easy.
Yeah, I was
and
talking.
the McLaren,
Sorry, Mark, carry on.
the McLaren does have the little bit more legs there on the straight, so be interesting.
I was speaking with a couple of my teammates as well, and you know, they were saying it's as much as sort of half a second to 3/4 of a second at some circuits, and you know, it can be such an equaliser in performance as well. If you can get into that draft, you can hold on to somebody who will lap, you know, a good 3 or 4 tenths of a second faster than you. Oh, Inho spins it big time. gets it going, but here comes Miko. I think he's going to hold on to second place, but you just saw him there. He exited Casio Triangle there, and he was all over the sort of the curbing and the AstroTurf, and yeah, he just thought he wanted to push on as much as he could to try and put that pressure on DongWoo, but yeah, now he's the guy that's under pressure.
Well, the hunter has become the hunted, hasn't he? But he was really putting some... that would have been a sensational lap. It would be interesting to see what the time would have been, but he was visibly making gain on DongWoo, but he's not looking at DongWoo now, he's looking at his tail. Yeah,
that's just eased it up nicely for DongWoo. He can know that he can just sort of lift coast the rest of this race to victory lane, but yeah, you know, he's going to have his whole load of mirror. I mean, Wong's not too far behind as well, I have to say.
Well, this is championship stuff, this, isn't it? With DongWoo in the lead, and you'd have to think, without any incident, he'll take the win. That's worth 40 points. The difference between the first and third, 8 points. First and fourth, it's 11 points. With only 21 points in the championship, that just makes things so much tighter.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. Miko definitely in the slipstream now as they exit Spoon Curve onto the back straight. Wong, I would say, is just fractionally outside the slipstream, 1.6 seconds behind according to my timing screen. These guys have a little battle. Any point in this next lap, he'll be there in with them as well.
Miko's so much deeper on the brakes there. You know, gets a good drive out, but Miko's definitely the faster here. Yaren's just going to be sitting back going, how good is this? I can cash in on this.
Just looking at another battle further back. Not going to switch cameras on at the moment, but Dongbin Suk look like he's putting the pressure on John Anthony. 0.3 of a second behind, so 17th and 18th. Oh, a little bit of contact from Miko to Inho there.
Was it contact or just... I'm not sure there was contact. It's just, yeah, it's worth having a look at. I'll have a look at the replay there.
We're a little bit far out from our current camera angle, couldn't really tell, but just looked very wobbly coming off that corner for Inho there. And Wong close to within 1.3 seconds now, so he's certainly going to have the draft. Perhaps a bit of a scrappy couple of Degner corners for him there. Pushed him back out of it, maybe.
No, there was no contact at all. It was just, you know, it's just clipped the rear curb with his back right. And just cost him a little bit of time, but he seems to have recovered well.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. Well, 1.5 really. Leader out front. He's definitely eased the pace back off as DongWoo, so knows that he's pretty safe. Down this back straight, Miko. Sorry, Mark, keep jumping in there.
You're right, mate. I was going to say if he could have stuck right behind him, because he would have got him at the chicane there, because rough brake, you can brake a lot later with the rough.
Yeah, he makes up a lot of ground in turn 1 here, so we'll see how that goes. Sorry, Mark.
On to the final lap. He has a little look, can't make anything. Just makes himself as big in the mirror as possible. Has a little look up the inside. Inho's going to have the inside line for this back. Can Miko hold it round the outside? No, he can't. Back.
Oh, Miko's gone. Gone.
It's all about Wong now. Wong's going to put the pressure on Inho. Not quite sure what happened to Miko there. It just looked like the back end just come out from underneath him.
Yeah, you got to congratulate. He's having a red hot go, and he's put some pressure on our championship leader, didn't he? And, you know, did well to hold that. Tell you, if I was leading the championship, not that that'll ever happen, but I would have just said it's yours. But he's held the position well.
Yeah, DongWoo not too far ahead of these cars as well. Just 2.6 seconds, and he had a very slow last lap, obviously saving a whole chunk of fuel. So this isn't over yet either for the victory. If DongWoo runs out coming out of that final stint, final straight, could be anyone's. I don't think Huang's going to get close enough to be able to put a bit of pressure on Inho through this final corner. But the top three all in the same shot now as well. Yeah, looks like DongWoo's got enough saved. That strategy, absolutely perfect. We questioned it when he ran out of fuel. But he's got some left in the tank this time. He exits the final corner. Let's take victory here at Suzuka, round 9. Sim Racers Asia GT Series. Inho comes across in second place, under pressure, big time. That last stint of the race, but holds on. Got Huang in third place. Miko's going to come across in fourth as well. He had a great drive. Very nearly made the two-stopper work. I think it probably was the fastest strategy in the end, had he not had the mistakes. I think we've got Charles in 5th place, maybe. Is he in 5th now? I'm not sure. I think Lazuardy might have got him there. I'm not 100% sure. The timing screen's going all over the place at the moment with drivers leaving the track and stuff.
Just Lazuardy sounds very happy on their radio. Starting from pit lane to 6, so that's a good job.
Yeah, those guys, I mean 5th and 6th place there. Kevin and Lazuardy are fighting for it in the championship as well. So, well, he wouldn't have wanted to have dropped points on Kevin to have recovered from the pit lane to finish 6th. What a great result!
So, who would your driver of the day be, boys?
I think you got to give it to the winner today. I mean, he knew what he needed to do strategy-wise. Played it by the numbers, and you know, you called how important it is to save fuel. Sometimes these fuel-saving races can be so important, and DongWoo went out there with a plan today and made it work. Got himself a victory. Could have been so much more if Miko hadn't have lost it. Could have picked up a whole host of points on Inho, but still, this championship battle continues.
Yeah, I think we have to give credit to Yaron as well for, from what I understand, I think he was the only one that didn't make a mistake. Two-stop strategy for him as well, coming home in a great 3rd position in the series. He doesn't run a lot in, so yeah, good for the championship. DongWoo just chipping away again. You know, would not want to make any mistakes between now and the series end.
I just wonder if you guys would be able to take control of the interviews just this last little bit. I've just give you the permission to grab hold of them and drag them into the channel. Just got to pop for a second.
Yep, you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, a fantastic race by all here at Suzuka circuit. We've got Charles. We can get Charles up here for a chat.
User was moved to your channel.
G'day Charles, thanks for joining us on ARL-Tv for the Asian Series, mate. Congratulations on your 7th place. Can you just tell us a bit about your race, thanks?
Hey, nice to be here. Yeah, it was a race of trying to save fuel, really. The car was good, setup was great. Starting from the pits was a big penalty, but yeah, it was a very good race from my perspective. Overtook lots of people. Yeah, I could have used a bigger fuel tank, but yeah, overall it's a very good race.
So what you found the one-stop strategy quicker? You can put it on lap 13. We can see you're running some steady times. How much did you need to fuel save in the first stint and the second stint? I noticed your last lap times were a 2:06 and a 2:10. So was that a fuel issue the last two laps?
Yeah, in the first stint, basically I was catching traffic with Lazuardy. So basically when I was in traffic, I just switched to map 2. Kept with the map 2 in traffic, trying to save as much fuel as I can. After the pit stop, I just hammered it, put in map 1, just went for it. Was catching Kevin Huang here, and well, towards the end, basically lights were flashing everywhere. You know, no fuel, so I had to put it in map 2 and really half throttle it for the last 3 laps. So that explains the 2:06, I guess.
Well, starting from pit lane, mate, to come up all the way up to 7th place, mate, you must be very happy with that. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to at all?
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Yeah, shout out to you know, the guys at Human Racing. They're my sponsor. They make very good chassis, and Phil Williams in the UK. He's been supporting me in sim racing for a long time, and basically everyone in the Singapore sim racing group. Great bunch of guys. Hope to see more of them in the future.
Yeah, well, the series seems to still be going from strength to strength, and with the BMW hopefully released next time around, obviously there might be something worth looking at. But no, a great job tonight, mate, and you should be congratulated. Well done, and good luck in the next race.
Yeah, thank you very much, man.
Cheers, thank you for that. Who should we move up here next, Nobby? Yeah. Got Inho down there, have we? No. Yeah, Inho, come up and join us. Inho, you got Brent O'Brien and Nobby with us for ARL-Tv interviews after Suzuka round of the Asian Series, mate. Congratulations on a 2nd place, mate. Very well done looking after your championship lead. Can you tell us a bit about your race, thanks?
Yeah, thanks. It was really shame because I spent poor time, so I could win, but it was very disappointing.
Well, we picked up early on. I think you, from what we saw, turn 1, lap 7, you spun, and I think it was just after you'd got through DongWoo, your championship rival, and you've just let him straight back through. How did you feel after that?
Well, no idea why DongWoo just let me pass, but probably he used map 2, I think. That time I used map 1 and my second stint was map 2 for time. Anyway, the mistake. I think I put too much brake post in rear, so that's kind of, I don't know.
Well, yeah, you can, as you know, afford to come 2nd or 3rd in every race and still win the title. So, as a driver in this position with 3 rounds to go, your focus is obviously on the title. With Miko racing so close to you on the last lap, were you a bit nervous about possible contact there that could have bigger consequences?
Yeah, I was really nervous. Miko is really best driver, so he could pass me. So I tried block, but not want to make contact. But I think it's happened, so it's a shame.
And we saw you making a real good run at DongWoo with the last few laps, and I think it was about lap 22, so 3 laps ago, coming out of the last chicane, made that mistake. You were okay for fuel all the way to the finish, were you, or you just had to back off a bit?
No, fuel was really enough for me, so I played out again. So the fuel was okay. The McLaren has fuel advantage than Loop, so it could really good for me, but seems I couldn't use for this race.
What a fantastic performance, mate. I think we've got AC back, so he might want to ask you some questions.
Yeah, just wanted to say, congratulations, and perhaps like just sounding there like a little bit disappointed that you made the mistakes there. Just having a look at where we are next week. Phillip Island. I mean, how do you like that circuit, and how's that going to go with the McLaren?
Well, personally, I really hate Phillip Island, so it's going to really hard for me, I think.
And I think Brenton has touched on it as well. I mean, what's the target for the rest of the season now is just to do what you need to do, I guess, and make sure you finish those races and give yourself the points to win the championship.
Yeah, really also it's first of all, I didn't want to make any contact because don't really closing to closing point. But sorry, I can't make any word because my English is still soft.
Yeah, it's quite fine. Thank you for popping in. Anyway, we'll certainly be tracking your progress for the rest of the championship, and I look forward to what's going to be a very, very exciting battle in these last few races. Congratulations again on the podium.
Yeah, thank you very much. See you next week.
I'm sorry, Brendan. I'm not sure who you've had in. So if you want to grab your next person.
Yep. We've had a chat with Charles and Inho. So what do you think we bring our third place overall man, Kevin, in? G'day, Kevin. Mate, good job on the results tonight, holding steady in third place in the championship. Can you just tell us a bit about your race? Thanks.
Thanks for having me. There's not much to say. The race was pretty uneventful. I was following Fahad for the first stint, and I think he was on map 1. I didn't realize, but I was on map 2. I was saving fuel, and he was on map 1 going as fast as possible. I think it was lap 12 he went for the pits, and then I realized I wasn't really racing him because he had to make 2 stops. After that, I was just taking it easy. I had a scary moment with Mark. I think I was lapping him, and he told me to pass on the left, right at the I don't know what corner that is. It's like a very sharp, like a hairpin turn in the middle of the lap. And I guess I locked out my brakes and I went on the grass. I thought I was going to hit him, but he was smart enough to slow down and let me past. Other than that, after that, I think Fahad caught me up. I think it would have been clear of him after the first pit stop. And then after that, because I lost 2 seconds, I came out right behind Fahad and I had to redo the whole thing. And just I guess not pass him, but not fight him too much till the end of the race.
No, fantastic. Yeah. With fuel saving though in the car, like I just noticed your lap times early doors was, your 202s and mostly 202s before your first pit stop. Your fastest lap of the race was actually on lap 24. So obviously fuel wasn't an issue for you at the end there at all.
Yeah, the last 2 laps I looked at my fuel and I had like 4 laps of fuel left when there was only really 2 laps left. And then Charles was catching me, Charles Teixeira. So I just turned on to map 1 and I pushed it a little bit, but then I don't know what happened to Charles. I think he lost 5 or 6 seconds. He just disappeared, and then I just slowed down at the end. I think I'm capable of doing 2-minute flat laps fairly easily on the last lap with no fuel, but there's no point in pushing it. And there's the next person's like 20 seconds ahead, and the person behind you is 9 seconds back.
Well, that's the exact reason you're third in the championship. Just nice, steady, consistent driving, and you're to be congratulated for that. Next week's race, Phillip Island. What's your thoughts of that track?
I've never raced there in the MP4. I've done a few races there with the Spec Racer Ford, and it's a lot of fun. I love that track, so looking forward to it. And I don't know the points championship, but I think I think I'm pretty well ahead of Funny. So I'm gonna probably take it easy.
Well, you were 22 points ahead going into this race, and you've obviously picked up another couple there. So, you've got your eyes set on the overall position of the championship. So, how do you think you'll go there? Is your plan to drive more defensively, or do you watch out for Funny for the next few races? Or what's your tactics there?
I'm probably just going to, I don't know, I guess go as fast as I can and not worry about the championship anymore, because it's unlikely Fanny can catch up now.
Well, mate, congratulations.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
Thanks. I wish I was fast enough for a win or a podium, but yeah, the fastest I can go, I can probably get only a top 5. These guys, the guys ahead of me are crazy fast. They're in a separate league, I think.
Yeah, but you could be on the ultimate podium at the end of the series, Kevin, which is the top 3 for the series title, and that's the podium that surely you must want to stand on the most.
Yeah, I'd be pretty proud of that if I could beat Fanny and Fahad. That's a pretty big deal for me. So I'd be happy if I could do that.
Yeah, right. So is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Thanks to anyone?
Just thanks to Mark. He's putting everything together, and he's always really nice on the track. He's very courteous on the track, so he doesn't slow us down at all if we come up to him.
Well, I'm not sure if AC and Nobby are still here, so on behalf of them, mate, good job tonight and good luck for next week's race and the rest of the series.
Thanks a lot, Brenton.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
You guys back at all? We got room for this Min and Paijo. We haven't had a chat with Paijo for a while.
Yeah, let's grab him back. Sort of back. Sorry about that. Just
That's all good. Yeah, we got Mr. Nazrul, now 15th place. Mate, welcome to ARL-Tv's coverage of the Asian series, GT series, mate. Can you tell us a bit about your race?
Thanks, Quentin.
Oh, have we lost him? How did you go?
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us a bit about your race there, Nazrul.
Yeah, I was on map 2 all the way, planning to just do a one-stopper. And things were going really well when 2 laps from the end, I managed to overtake Min when he was going up from his second pit stop in the rough. But then I was back in around 9th position back then. And then I spun at the 300R, 130R, and had to crawl back to the pit stop and lost a few more places there. So that's good strategy when to race.
Yeah, I think you're about lap 11. That mistake that cost you 10 seconds, and you've lost a bit of damage in between there. But you pitted on lap 14. Did you deliberately hold out? You lost a bit of time on lap 12 and 13. Was the idea to hold out for those extra couple of laps to, more worry about your fuel later on in the race?
No, I'm not really concerned about my fuel consumption because from the F3 button I know that I would have enough to go for one stopper the whole race. But then I make a few personal mistake on the race and few dodging around people and stuff, so lost few seconds there.
Well, 14th in the championship, mate. Phillip Island next week. What's your hopes for the next few races?
Just going to finish them without an incident like just now. reflecting back my whole season, it has been a really bad season for me, with things happening on each race that is really deteriorating my race position from good to bad. So I hope things will change from the next round. As the same that I thought last race that things going to improve this round, but well, I have to keep on pushing.
Yeah, well, we've noticed that throughout the series you have shown genuine pace at times, but it's just a few mistakes perhaps that might be interfering with better results perhaps. So how do we fix that up, do we think?
I think it's nothing wrong with the platform or the car or my controller or everything. It's just about the driver. You know, if you want result, the driver or the racer have to deliver it, and I think I have to improve that with more practice and more runs before the race.
Well, mate, yeah, you've got a good finish in there today, 15th. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Anyone you want to thank at all?
Yeah, thanks to SRA, Mark, and everybody, Team Malaysia, especially Nico, Fahad, and Muhammad, or those people who have participated and contributed to the country points for the country championship and ARL-Tv. Thanks.
No, it's very good. Well, mate, good luck at Philippine next week and for the rest of this series, and thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, guys. Ciao.
Ciao. I'm having a bit of TS problems. You're back, get AC.
Hello, mate. Yeah, I'm back.
We've just had Minis patiently waiting. One time for one more.
Yeah, let's get him up. Hi, Min. Welcome to the commentary booth. Bit of a rough race for you out there. Looked like you picked up a bit of damage early on. Just tell us a little bit about your race, how it went today.
Yeah, I guess I was going right. There was a few moments that I nearly got into the accident, but I managed to avoid that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with everything. And there are a few guys helped me out, getting more higher position. So far, so good.
I was, you know, we were paying quite close attention to the strategies that were out there today because we were surprised to see the mixed strategies. Some going for 2 stops and some being able to eke out the 1 stop. I mean, how did you find that sort of a race, and what option did you go for in the end?
I went for 2-stop strategy. I think that's just yeah, only option for the rough, I guess. Didn't really plan any yeah, fuel strategy this time.
It's true, it sounds like you're sitting next to an airport. Yeah, yeah, lap 12 and lap 22, so a shorter stint for your second stop. Your race pace seemed pretty good, especially the last 3 laps, very impressive. So, Philippine next week, how about looking forward to that?
Yeah, same. Yeah, 9th round, we nearly there.
Well, up to, well, you've been in the top 10 of the championship now. There's I don't think Riven joined us tonight, so you're 11th at the start of this race, only 1 point out of the top 10. What were your series expectations? Is that what you're aiming for, top 10, or what was your expectations?
I wasn't really aiming for being within a top 10 position, but I nearly got there, so I'm hoping to do my best at the next round. And yeah, good to be in there.
No, mate, well done you to be congratulated. I'm not sure if AC's got anything else for you at all.
No, just to really say, just congrats getting it back to the end. Tricky track is Suzuka. Look forward to seeing really what you can do at Phillip Island, and let's see if we can. The championship is quite close around you at the moment, so you never know. There might be sort of a good, solid top 10 finish if you can just get some safe finish.
Yeah, so.
Oh, well, good on you, mate, Min. So thank you for that, mate. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to thank at all?
I would just like to say thank you to these two guys spun out in front of me. That's it.
Appreciate your honesty. Well, mate, well done and good luck for the next remaining rounds of the championship, and keep up the good work.
Alright, thanks guys. Good work everyone. Yep, see you next week. Bye bye.
Yep, look forward to it.
Minpart.
Done.
I have to say we've been given another little treat of a race. They seem to keep delivering each week. You just think back from the very first rounds of this championship as well. We might have said, it was a little bit scrappy just while the drivers got to know each other a little bit, who they can race closely with, and they need to give a little bit more room due to connections and stuff like that. And I have to say the series has gone from strength to strength, and I enjoy commentating on this every week I can, and I look forward to Phillip Island. I think that's going to be another great circuit. I mean, V8 supercars have a lot of fun around there, and I think the GT3 cars are going to be very, very similar. And we're going to have a great race, lads.
A fast, free-flowing track in the freezing cold Victorian southern part of Australia. Yeah, it will be a great race, and just the series has improved so much. As you said, it was scrappy. There was so many incidents to start with, but now the quality of racing, throughout the field it's exceptionally good, isn't it? And there's changes to the rough with the downshifting, probably had a lot to do with that as well. But every week, as you said, AC, it's a race that's worth waiting for, and you look forward to watching it.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you, gentlemen, for joining me in here each week as well, and supporting us. So it's great to see. Often overlooked to the supporting commentators roles. Brenton, Mark, you do a great job on both this and the V8 series. So thanks, fellas, for doing that. Do that on the air.
No problem, mate. I'm actually really looking forward to next week. Last two rounds, actually. You got Phillip Island and Zolder.
It's a pleasure. I keep going to the post box and looking for the check that's supposedly in the mail, but it hasn't come through yet. I'll keep waiting.
You'll be waiting a long time.
I know I will.
You won't be, actually, but trust me. It's very much appreciated, the help that you guys do, and we'll be sure to reward you for all the support you've given us over this series, and hopefully Mark will have us back as well for next season as well.
AC, the reward is we get to commentate on some fantastic racing, and I genuinely look forward to it every Saturday night. It's 20 past 12 in the morning Australia time for me, and it's almost 20 past 1 in the morning for Nobby, so it's late nights, but well worth the wait. It's fantastic racing.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, really enjoying it, actually.
Right, well then, on that note, we should thank everybody for tuning in and watching. Been another great race here, Phillip Island next week. Obviously, if you're tuning in via GMT time, because obviously there's a little bit change. Sorry, if you're tuning in via UK time or anything like that, obviously daylight savings, we've moved back an hour. A few other countries have obviously changed as well, but it's still the same time. GMT 12:40 qualifying starts. We'll be on the air shortly after that, and yeah, thank you very much everybody for tuning in today. We'll be back for Phillip Island in a week's time.